Hello guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we are joined with Bella Cat and some Chinese food for a fun second day of SpookTube. We are in day 2 of the 31 days of SpookTube, and to get the mood off right for Halloween, I have 50 bizarre, spooky questions that I found on the internet that is supposed to get you in the Halloween mood. So I'm going to eat some Chinese food and we are going to answer these questions. So, question number 1. If you were given the death penalty, what would your last meal be? Honestly, not Chinese, even though that's what I'm eating right now. I would probably say Little Caesars cheese pizza with the butter garlic parm sprinkled on top, dipped in garlic butter, the dipping sauce. That would be my last meal. Number 2. What would you want etched onto your tombstone? Here lies Spider Queen. Number 3. If you were to commit a murder, how would you go about it? Good question. Never really thought about murdering anybody. Element of surprise. Number 4. Have you ever said Bloody Mary in front of a mirror? Yes, when I was a child, nothing happened. I did it with all of my friends, and nothing happened for any of us. Slightly disappointing. Would you spend a full night inside of a haunted house if someone paid you? I would spend the night in a haunted house if somebody didn't pay me. Have you ever used a Ouija board and what happened? Yes, I have. And quick story time, it was super creepy, and I was alone with my friend and we had candles lit, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning because of course witching hour. And I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the 90s when the beads were really popular to have hanging in your doorway, well, they just started moving and things started swaying, and she had like a spinning desk chair and that started spinning. And yeah, I have not picked up a Ouija board since. Have you ever had an unexplainable experience with the supernatural? Well, I would think that the Ouija board would count, but if the fact that it was a Ouija board considers it explainable instead of unexplainable, one time I was watching a video on ghost stories and my coffee mug flew off the table and I was home alone, so that was weird, but I'm pretty sure that I probably just set it close to the edge, so not really sure if that counts. Have you had a hunch about the way that you will die? Not really, but I guarantee that it's probably going to be by touching something I shouldn't touch, aka some sort of venomous animal. Which Stephen King novel unsettles you the most? It. Which unsolved murder fascinates you the most? Good question. They all kind of fascinate me. So next question. In your opinion, what is the most brutal way to die? Being burned alive? That scares me. Or actually drowning. I think drowning. Because I have major anxiety when it comes to getting in water and feeling like I can't breathe. Like, I used to swim when I was a kid, and now I don't even swim because the idea of the water being above my chest freaks me out. Which horror movie scared you for life? I think the name of it was called The Village. It was little, like, it was this little village basically, and there was like a watchtower, and they had to watch for the creepy things that came out of the woods at night, and you had to have red on your door or something like that, and then these people come out in like pig masks, and it was super freaky, and it scarred me for life, and that was the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever seen a fresh corpse? Does a dead fish count? Have you ever had your tarot cards read? Nope, but I would love to. Would you sleep inside of a coffin for a night? I would sleep inside of a coffin for a week. In the zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice? A spiked wedge hammer. Yep, that would be it. What do you want your last words to be? I knew I shouldn't have touched it. If you had to chop off a piece of your body, what would you choose? Probably my toe, because that would be the thing I would miss the least. You can't have it. You have cat-approved food in your bowl. Chinese food is not for kids. Not for little kids. Which horror movie did you find the most disturbing? I feel like that's the same question as the last one, the one that scarred me for life, because if it wasn't the most disturbing, then it wouldn't have scarred me for life. So The Village. I honestly don't know if that's what it's called, but I think that's what it's called. Would you buy a doll that you knew was haunted? Yes, because I feel like people just over-exaggerate the fact that baby dolls are haunted. And I love baby dolls, and I feel like if you give them a nice space and respect them, then they're not haunted. The people are only haunting them because you're not taking good care of their previously owned possessions. What is your favorite fictional serial killer? Freddy Krueger. Do you believe in any mythical monsters like chupacabras or shadow people? Yes, I believe in Bigfoot. How long do you think that you would last in a horror movie? Honestly, I'd probably be the last person to die because I'd probably just be so oblivious to everything. Does the sight of blood make you squeamish? Not in the slightest. What is the scariest Halloween costume you have ever seen? One time I dressed up as a barista with a master's degree. I think that's pretty scary. What is the scariest Halloween costume you ever wore? Myself. I wear that every day. What is your favorite episode of Black Mirror? Episode 0, because I've never seen it. Is there any horror movie you refuse to watch because the commercial scared you too much? Anything that has to do with creepy possessed nuns. Nothing. Never gonna watch any of them. What are you superstitious about? I don't feel like I'm superstitious about anything, to be honest. Also because I'm too oblivious to things. What's the spookiest ghost story you ever heard? My mom told me a ghost story about when her and her friends from college played on a Ouija board. And, like, I don't know, something happened where it said that it was standing in the corner of the room watching them, and that it was this demon, and it was watching them. And then, next thing you know, their dog went over and started, like, barking at the corner of the room. That was pretty freaky. I'm glad that I never lived in that place. Let's see. What do you think hell looks like? I think it looks like a terrifying place. Anything fire, drowning people, dying, screaming, like starving souls, creepy. What is the worst nightmare that you have ever had as a child? Well, when I was a very young child, I had this reoccurring nightmare that I was like partnered with this serial killer and he was murdering my family, and I ended up having to go to a therapist about it because it honestly was like I would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and then I would not want to go back to sleep. And so that freaked me out. And then when I would tell the serial killer that I didn't want to murder my family, he would like hold me down and make me watch him murder my family. So that was kind of freaky. Which conspiracy theories Do you believe are legit? Anything that has to do with the Illuminati and our government. Even if it's not tied back to the Illuminati, if it has anything to do with our government, it's probably true. Hello. It's nice to see you. Would you consider trying on a straitjacket for $100? I would try on a straitjacket for $0. Would you consider tasting human flesh for $100? No, you'd have to pay me a hell of a lot more than that. Would you rather get bit by a vampire or a zombie? 100% a vampire, because vampires, you can still look cute and hide amongst society, whereas a zombie, you're just kind of screwed and everybody wants to kill you. What is the scariest horror game you have ever played? Ouija board. I feel like that's the only horror game. If you guys know of any other horror games, so to say, tell me about them, because my TV just went out, so now all you see is this creepy orange. That was actually perfect. Anyway, I don't know of any other horror movie games or horror games or whatever. If you guys do, let me know. Alexa, turn on the living room lights.
Okay.
I feel like that's a spooky game. Bella, please leave me alone. Sit over there. Thank you. How often do you think about death? I feel like once a week, maybe? I don't know. People think about death, right? Like, what if you get murdered on your way to your car? Or what if you die in a car accident? I mean, that kind of stuff I think about all the time, if that considers thinking about death. Have you ever walked through a graveyard or a forest late at night? Yes. Hasn't everybody? Have you ever created a voodoo doll? No. However, when I was children, I did make little stick figures that I named after my friends, and when I was mad at them, I stuck them in the closet. What is your favorite season of American Horror Story? Definitely Asylum. If you were stuck as the protagonist in any horror movie, which would you choose? Freddy Krueger. Are you afraid of clowns? Yes. What was your favorite episode of The X-Files? Never seen The X-Files. Would you agree to participate in a seance? Probably would try it once. What is the most disturbing song that you have ever heard? I don't know. I don't know very many disturbing songs. Living Dead Girl, maybe? Who's your favorite horror author? Stephen King, for sure. If he's not yours, I feel like I can't be your friend. Are you convinced that ghosts exist? Yeah, I don't really think that it took much convincing. I've always believed that. There are people moving outside of my house. Do you look forward to Friday the 13th, or do you dread it? 100% look forward to it. I get super excited and celebrate it. What is your favorite part of Halloween? Cedar Point Fright Night. Love it. I go every year. That is my favorite part of Halloween. I have broccoli in my teeth. Anyway, so, yes, that was 50 spooky questions to get us in the mood for Halloween. Are you guys in the mood for Halloween? I am, and now I just want to curl up, watch a scary movie, and go to Cedar Point Fright Night, and I hope that you guys want to do the same type of thing, because it was fantastic, and I loved it. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I am going to end this video now before it gets too super long. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of SpookTube. And if you really like these series, give this video a thumbs up. Anyway, I am going to have a Patreon page linked in the description box below and all of my social media. Go ahead and follow me over there, and if you want to support this channel even more, go ahead and click on the Patreon and you can support through there. Also, if you have any suggestions for any upcoming videos, please go ahead and throw those in the comments down below, and any questions you have for an upcoming feeding Q&A that I will be doing in one of these days of SpookTube. Okay, bye guys, see you tomorrow. Mwah.